Be sure to come out and support your New Mexico State Aggie men's basketball team on Thursday, March 7th as they host Louisiana Tech, who's undefeated in the WAC. WAC tournament seating is on the line. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. For tickets, call 646-1420. Jeff Matthews, along with Glen Cerny, as the Aggies defeat the Miners. They turned off the scoreboard, if you can believe it. It's 55-51. It's right there on my screen. If I look at the monitor, I can see the score.
Well, I wrote it down on a big piece of paper here, too, so I've been caught before on that.
Jeff Matthews, along with Glen Cerny. You know, we talked about how it's such a defensive battle, and you look down at the stats at the end of the night. Look at the shooting in the second half. The Aggies, 57% from the three-point line. UTEP, 55% from the three-point line.
And one of the keys to that was Kevin Aronis. Came in for 13 minutes, was 3 of 5 from 3, 11 points, and it was when New Mexico State really needed a lift.
12 lead changes and 5 ties in this basketball game. The view from the court tonight is brought to you by Southwestern Eye Center, and these highlights ought to be spectacular, as it was a thriller here in the Battle of I-10 in Las Cruces. Remember when DeRuin got the Aggies going with that 3? I barely remember that, but Simbular with the dunk off the Aronis miss. They get it down on the baseline to UTEP, and they had trouble scoring. The Aggies had trouble scoring in the first half, but with things heat up in the second half, Bonjasi hit a 3 in the first half. He ended up not having a great night, but when Aronis came off the bench for him, it really gave New Mexico State a lift. There's Bohannon, who started tonight, and Mackenzie Moore, who played with foul trouble, talking a little bit after the dunk. But Aronis, perhaps the man of the night for New Mexico State. Mullings going to the rack, getting a transition bucket, because buckets were hard to come up with tonight. And Simbular with the slam dunk off the dish. New Mexico State was down 9. Aronis hits a 3, and that kept the Aggie train chugging. And here's the one to give New Mexico State the lead, and they'd end up holding onto that lead for good. That was a view from the court by Southwestern Eye Center. Glen Cerny, the stats, the shooting definitely improved.
Yeah, we talked about second half shooting, but overall still shaky for both teams, but just a tremendous defensive effort. 42, 38 plus free throws. Aggies with the edge there, and on rebounds. Points in the point, we thought it'd be more important, but the Aggies overcame that 10-point deficit to pick up the win. And again, do want to give everyone a chance to take a big clearing breath, but Denver and Louisiana Tech are the next two that come in. 52% in the second half in shooting is what did it for New Mexico State.
Take a look at the individuals in this game. Aronis comes off the bench and is the leading scorer for New Mexico State. 2 in double figures for the Aggies. Mackenzie Moore, the only minor that eked into double figures for UTEP tonight. So it was an absolute thriller. We expected a game in the 50s. We knew it'd be a thriller because of the game down in the Haskins Center, but we also knew it'd be different because of the different personnel. But it was still just a great minor Aggie game.
And we talked about it. There were no seniors on the court for the Aggies there as they got things going. But again, want to remind everyone a chance to finish second in the conference if they can clean the table here with Louisiana Tech and Arlington here. Denver before that, up in Denver. So it's going to be an exciting week and a half for Aggie basketball.
All right, so it was a great night in the Pan American Center tonight. Thank our crew. We thank you for watching tonight on Aggie Vision. Be sure to join us next Saturday night when Aggie women's basketball takes on Denver at 6:30 p.m. Tonight's broadcast was a co-production of students and staff at New Mexico State University. On behalf of all of our talented students, as well as Glen Cerny, I'm Jeff Matthews, thanking you for watching. Once again, the final score from Las Cruces, New Mexico State 55, UTEP 51. Good night from Las Cruces.